Hello, hello, hello! I cannot believe it's already time. Let's see how I can set this thing up because I want to be able to talk with my hands because I tend to do that. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys jump on because I know you've been patiently waiting in this group for this training. So I will give you guys some time to jump on as you get notified. But for those of you who might be hopping on later, watching the replay, just want to let you know that there are going to be so seriously big things shared on this training. And at the end, for those of you who are absolutely committed to your growth and serious, I'm going to have a really special surprise for you. So it looks like we got some people jumping on. Hi, Dave. Hi, Pat. Hi, Amy. Really excited to have you guys here. Thank you. Thank you. I have a feeling I'll be saying thank you a lot today. So, we're going to give some people a little bit more time, but I was just saying that we're literally going to be covering a ton of stuff, pretty much looking at the last year in review for me, and I'm going to be sharing a lot of the lessons that I've learned, the tools that I've gotten, the mindset strategies I've developed, just all sorts of things. Hi, Jasmine. Good morning. Thanks for waking up for this. Hi, Bev. Cool. So everybody's getting ready. I'm ready. My hands are a little cold, but I got fuzzy socks on. Of course. It wouldn't be my birthday without fuzzy socks. Or any day, to be honest. So I want to share with you guys. Hi, Kaylee. I want to share with you guys some of the biggest parts of my year, and I want you guys to be able to learn from them. So I'm going to be sharing you the exact things that I use to maybe create them in my life, or maybe get past those things in my life to grow, to develop. Thank you, Kaylee. And to really accelerate my growth in all areas of my life. Okay, so I was about to say your life, but it will be your life too, of course. So literally from health, I mean, I was stagnant for a long time in my weight. Not that I really care about weight, but it was the way that my body was looking that I wasn't happy about, because after my competition, I pretty much hit a wall and I couldn't drop any more weight, and I couldn't seem to get into the place that I wanted to get into or feel happy about where I was at for multiple reasons, which I'm going to dive into. I'm going to share a little bit about my relationship, things that happened with that. I'm going to be sharing some seriously sad moments that I went through this past year that were just like, I wouldn't wish them on anybody, but I think pretty much everybody goes through them. It's one of those types of deals. And then, I mean, I have a list of things, but like I was writing it, and that's what I kind of commented. It was like I felt like that chalkboard guy who's like writing all that stuff on the chalkboard and he's looking at it like, because that's how I feel. So, I mean, literally, like, I calculate like my income and my expenses every morning, and I've spent more than like near 30 grand just in my own personal development. Literally 30 grand. So I'm not like over exaggerating. So personal development, mindset, business, fitness, everything. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing the things that I learned from making that investment, and I want you guys to be able to benefit from it as well. Now, I feel like I should just dive right in. So basically, at the end, if you guys stay on, I'm planning on making this, I don't know, I tend to start talking too fast when I get really excited. So let me know if you need me to slow down, or if you have any questions. This is totally open Q&A. So leave your questions below. Of course, I do respect my clients who have invested in me for one-on-one coaching. So some things I may not be able to go into too much detail on, but I'm here to serve you and here to help you. So now I'm also going to have something really cool. Like I mentioned in a few of my posts, like birthdays usually have some questionable behavior, and I'm going to be having some questionable behavior really soon. So I'm excited. It's literally like, it's on my thumb. Like, not actually, but like, there's a comment that I'm going to make, and it's going to be on this live stream, and it's going to freaking blow your mind. So, I'm excited. Anyway, let's get to it. So, I don't know if this is going to necessarily be all chronological, because my mind doesn't always necessarily work that way, because I was saying before, like, it's almost like I was saying, and this happened, and then this happened because that happened, and then that happened because of this, and then I made this decision, and because I made this decision, then this happened in my life, and because I started thinking this way, then I created X, Y, and Z. So we're just going to cover all of it, okay? Let's just dive right in. I'm sure there might be some things I don't mention. There might be some things that I didn't plan to mention, but I'm just going to flow. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to add value again. Like I said, if you have questions, please comment. Hey, Mandy. So, here we go. So let's talk about it. So this past year has been huge for me. And as you guys know, I mean, this was really the year where my message of building more than just a body seriously took off. So I always knew that I wanted to help people to basically have what fitness gave me, which is more confidence, more well-being, all of this. And I realized, you know, fitness is about more than just diet and exercise, and that's where my message of building more than just a body came into play. But this was the year, funnily enough, that it really, really took off. So, essentially, I was just reading a comment and I loved it, so it kind of took me away. But anyway, so essentially, it's one of those things where there's a lot that happened, there's a lot that went down, but I'm going to share exactly where this whole building more than just a body thing came from. I remember one of my mentors, AJ, who's in this group, he was like, okay guys, like, you can create a podcast. And I was thinking, I know exactly what I want my podcast to be called. Hi, Carla. And I was like, I want it to be building more than just a body. And it was in that moment that I was like, because he was saying, you know, like 5 something words, just really quick, and I was like, it's building more than just a body. Like, that's what it's always been for me. But why have I never shared that before? Like, why have I never been able to put my whole message into a phrase? And I created a whole blog about that if you want to read that later. I'm not going to go into all those details, but I realized that it was that, and I needed to get this message out everywhere. Did I ever launch a podcast? No. Did I launch an interview series? Absolutely, yes. That's on my YouTube. But, building more than just a body became more than that. So, I mean, more than that. I created my Facebook group, and this is where I'm going to start kind of sharing some serious mindset tools that I used in building this group, and I'm going to backtrack, I'm going to jump forward, I'm going to jump all around, but it's all connected, so stay with me, okay? So, building more than just a body, created a Facebook group. I remember thinking, I was talking to my mindset mentor, Regan, who I'll get into how all that happened really soon. But she was telling me, you know, like, you have to start setting the intention. How many people do you want in this group, right? So for those of you who are maybe business owners or people looking to really get a message out there, start a community, or really just get people together, you have to be intentional with what you want to create, okay? So I was like, okay, 10 people. 10 people, really? Okay, so I'm like, okay, 10 people in 7 days. So before I knew it, I had 50 people in like not even 3 days. And you can look at all my past journals. I literally wrote, I am so happy and grateful for the 50 plus people I have in my group, okay? So, Amity, get to better connection. So, Amity was just saying she doesn't have great connection right now. But anyways, what I was saying is, like, I was writing it as though it was done, right? And all of a sudden, people just started flooding in. Okay, seriously, flooding in. Like, my group is now at, like, close to 800 people. Granted, not all of them are actively participating all the time, which is just a reflection that I need to show up more. But, like I'm saying, this is stuff that we create. Okay, so we're always creating everything in our life. And essentially what I'm trying to get across here is be intentional and always act as though it's already done. So act as if you have everything you want, act as if you are exactly who you want to be, and all of that will just come as a product of it, right? Because if we can step into that identity, then of course the rest is going to come. That's just an afterthought at that point, because it's natural. It's part of that identity. Like, there's no question, there's no reason why it wouldn't come. So how did I get to all of this? Well, in April, I was invited by AJ to give a speech at his online super coach event seminar. So I, of course, said, yes, I'll be there. And then, unfortunately, some really terrible things ended up happening. I remember, like, it was like, I think he asked me maybe January or February, and I remember being so excited, and I was like, absolutely, yes, of course I'll be there, but I needed to figure out money. At the time, my business wasn't necessarily, like, absolutely, like, crushing it, because, I was still charging really low amounts for some really high value work, so I was spreading myself very, very thin. This is now why I only take on a few clients per month, but anyway, I said, yes, absolutely. And I was like, I'm going to make it work. Of course, I'm going to commit to it. It's my first time to New York and all this stuff. And I wanted to go with my mom and it was going to be great. And then I was like, I can't get a hotel room by myself because I'm not 20. I think the rule is like 25 or 21, something like that. I'm like, I'm not able to do that yet. So my mom booked it for me and we were going to go. And then unfortunately, was it April? I believe January. No, it wasn't. It was April. I believe it was April. Yeah, because of Easter. Okay, so in April, I unfortunately found. I don't know how I'm gonna share this. Okay, so I found my mom in a very bad state. Okay, so I'm not going to go into too much detail there because it's very personal and private, and there's some stories that like aren't necessarily mine, but like they're part of my story. So anyway, so I found her in a very interesting place, and so I had to bring her to the hospital, and I remember just rushing her over there, and then finding some seriously terrible things out, and then not even like a few hours passed and she was sorry if I get emotional, but she was uh pretty much dying, like nearly gone, and there was like no way that she was gonna make it, right? Like this is what we were told, right? Like um she's not gonna make it, it's too far gone, this is too serious. And she yeah, so she actually died on she died on the table, and they were, of course, they had like tons of nurses and doctors surrounding her, really there to, of course, bring her back to health and life. And anyway, so they ended up luckily enough, they did they did bring her back. So um hardest day of my life, that is like the smallest version I could ever give you. We spent the next month basically in the hospital for her recovery. um we didn't know if she would need, like, there was potential for me to have to like basically like liver transplant and all this different stuff. So yeah, so but great news, of course, they brought her back. So even though she did end up being basically no heartbeat, no nothing, dead, then she was brought back. And this is the crazy thing. Okay, so this is just a little piece that I want to share. Hi, Robbie. It was me and Robbie's 1 year anniversary when this was happening too. Oh, so it was actually March. Very, very insightful. So it was actually March. March was when it happened. Yeah, so this happened where I mean, it was just hard, right? Because we didn't know if she was gonna make it, and then even after she was brought back to life, she wasn't able to communicate. Hi, Gordana. She wasn't. She just wasn't in a good state, right? And there were lots of things going wrong, and then there were lots of things going right. Of course, we were just grateful that she was alive and getting better. And there were some days where we didn't know if she was, and some days where we did know she was, but pretty much every single day it was us in the hospital by her bedside, hoping she'd get better, waiting for her to get better. Just lots of stuff, okay? I'm not gonna go into too much detail, like I said, but anyways, you can imagine that was pretty much like the hardest time of my whole entire life ever. Now, this meant when she went, oh, hi, Lynn. You are amazing. I love you. Thank you so much for always supporting me. You are awesome. I can't even begin to describe. Um, so, anyways, now I'm going to backtrack after sharing that, but just note this was a huge part of the story. So, remember, I had committed to go to New York with my mom in April for AJ, who just joined on live. Hi, AJ. And then it came to the point where it was like we didn't know, like I didn't think I could go anymore. Love you back. I didn't think I could go anymore because of what happened, and it was really hard. And then my mom was like, no, I absolutely want you to go. And now at this point, we weren't sure she's going to be home by this time. I didn't want to go unless she was home. She was home, and then I could go. And so I like booked my ticket to New York because she's like, I really want you to go. I don't want you to miss it. Like, please go. I would not like it if you didn't go. And so then I asked AJ, can you like make sure like it's okay with the hotel because I'm not of the age to like have the room and all this stuff. And it was like, yeah, he's cool, so he supported, whatever. Anyway, so made it to, hi Dawn, made it to New York, and I gave like my first big speech. Now I've always loved public speaking, like I did in all my leadership roles growing up, but gave my big first speech, whatever. And then this is what's really cool is, I mean, I met a lot of awesome people, of course, made a lot of cool connections, and it led to lots of things, which I said I'm going to get into, but let me just take this one at a time. So I met this absolutely freaking awesome woman. Her name is Regan Hillier, and she like blew my mind. Like, she was up there and I was just like instantly loved her story. And what I loved too is when I shared mine and I went up there, she like stood up for me. She was like, you killed it, rah rah. And I had only known her from AJ's podcast, and I was like, oh my god, that girl. So it was like this really weird thing. But anyway, saw her give a speech and I was just like, the whole time, right? She said one thing, changed my life. I knew I needed to work with her. You want to know what she said? She said, stop saying I will, start saying I am. That changed everything for me. That was literally, that defines the rest of the year for me, okay? So, here it is. I was like, I know I need to work with her, but I know she's expensive. And like I said, I didn't have like all this money. Hi, Tyler! I met you there. That was amazing. So, anyway, time passed and I met lots of cool people, and then I got this message from John Spencer Ellis, who was also there. For those of you who don't know him, go look him up. And he was basically like, I want you to be on my podcast. You're doing awesome things. And I'm like, oh my god, my first podcast interview, and it's gonna be with John Spencer Ellis. This is crazy. Are you serious? I was literally like that, right? I'm like, this is amazing. And I like get home, I'm like on this high because all these things are starting to come. And then I got like multiple podcast interviews after that. I was just like, how is this crazy? Like, how is this crazy? How is this happening? This is crazy. And I was just like going insane. Yeah, AJ, I know. And then, of course, in the meantime, I'm like stalking her again, like, because I'm like, I need to absorb her message. She like really hit home for me. She had a pretty similar story to mine in terms of when she started, how she went about it, how she dropped her old passion because she had a different one that was actually fulfilling versus her other one, which wasn't. It was just something she thought she wanted to do. She wanted to be in architecture. I wanted to be in interior design. She started at 18. I started at 18. All this stuff. And I was like, I need to work with her. I need to work with her because she's inspiring me. Her life is very similar to the life that I would like to be leading. Really right now. So I was like on her Facebook, watching all her videos, opted into every single email series she had, watched all her videos, and I was like, oh, I have to work with her because all this information is great and I could go apply it right now, but it doesn't change me actually working with her because I truly believe in coaches needing coaches. Like, if you have a coach that's never had another coach, please drop that coach right now, because the cool thing about having one coach is that you get all their coaches. Like, because I've invested in multiple coaches, then the people who hire me and invest in me get me and all those coaches, right, AJ? So then I was like, okay, so I like messaged Regan after I was totally convinced, and I was like, I want to work with you one-on-one. Like, I don't want to do any course, I don't want to do anything. I just want to work with you one-on-one. So she's like, okay, I could call you tomorrow at this time. It'll be like 30 minutes. I said, great. And I get in the jacuzzi that night with my family, and I'm like, I know I'm about to be sold, but I have to be sold. I know it's going to cost me pretty much so much money, but I have to do it. Whatever it is, I have to do it. And then it happened, and I spent my whole entire life savings. Every last penny, you guys, okay? So every last penny went into this. Not even joking. More money than I had in my bank account, okay? More money than I had in my bank account. More than that. Does that even make sense? No, most people say that doesn't make sense, but of course it makes sense to me because you have to get into that mindset of abundance, right? This is nothing compared to the amount of which that I plan to make with my message, right? The amount of impact, the amount of change, the amount of messaging, all of this. and in return, the lives I will change from it. So I was like, I have to, because I have a message inside of me, and all of you do. I truly believe it. And if it's not worth everything to you, then it's not your true message at your core. So if you're not willing to give everything for it, find a new message, dig a little deeper, because whatever you're doing is not for you. Okay? Let me just make that really clear. If you're not willing to literally die for it, not for you. Yes, AJ, the more you pay attention, 110%. I will always, always agree with this and vouch for that, because I know that, and yeah, that's just, all my clients would probably testify the same. So, now, let's chat a little bit about that. So here I am, investing more money than I have in my bank account. How is it possible? I made it happen. So, then I embarked on literally like the best journey of my life. I learned so much about mindset. I released so many of my blocks and limits, and I incorporated a daily routine that I have never, ever even seen before, heard before, and I loved it. I loved it. I love it. Yes, Pat, the decision was made in the jacuzzi. What's funny about that is I also made the decision to be with my boyfriend Ravi in a jacuzzi. I knew that I had to be. I'll get into that. He's probably watching this going, anyway, so I guess I should go in the jacuzzi more often. So, yes, AJ, damn, that's deep. Yes, I'm willing to die for my mission. Absolutely, I know you are. It's so important. Like, I would give everything because I know what it can do for people. I know, like, just to go back on that, like, the industry, like, of fitness, everything preaches diet, exercise, diet, exercise, diet, exercise. Quick fix, try this, try that. Oh, now there's this, now there's that. Do it all, do it all. Oh, put your money back in, put your money back in. Oh, it's not working? Okay, put your money back in. Okay, when am I going to see a result? When the hell am I going to see a result? It doesn't happen. I did the same exact thing. If you're one of those people who's like, oh, I've been trying all this, I've been doing all that, and I haven't been able to this and that. Stop for a second, look within, because it's more, like I said, it's building more than just a body. It's about mindset, self-love, confidence, well-being, behavior modification planning. I already said well-being, but it's so important. There's 7 dimensions. It's not what they preach in the fitness industry, which I cannot stand, is when someone says, oh, improve your wellness, and it's like you're drinking a drink. That's not improving your wellness. Your wellness is an overarching thing. Maybe that'll help one dimension, but it's not going to help all of them. Okay, rant over. Now, so you get into that mode where you're like sharing a lot and you get really excited. That's me right now. Okay, anyways, where were we? So, Matt Regan, major shifts, and this led to even more major shifts. Now, something vulnerable. Another terrible / great thing that happened. Within a week of hiring Regan, I locked in over 21K cash receivables. And then guess what? It all fell through. It all freaking fell through. Every single dollar of that fell through. Why? Because I was not able to receive it. How is this possible? How is it that you spend so much money? Thank you, AJ. I'm glad. How is it that you spend every single penny to your name to get exactly what you just got, and then you let it all go? So, again, I signed up clients in the first week of working with her. $21,000 cash receivables. I did not get one of those dollars. Okay? Why? Because I was not in the mindset of receiving. So, you might be wondering, how the heck does this pertain to me? Well, let's talk about it. Maybe you're someone who also wants to create more abundance in your life. Well, maybe it's an abundance of health, fitness, wellness, confidence, love, all that stuff, okay? Whatever. Well, if you're not willing to receive that, you will never have it, okay? You'll never achieve it, okay? I wanted to avoid the rhyme, but it had to happen. Like, my brain was telling me, you need a rhyme. So, yeah, Pat, exactly. It's not about the money. It's about continually doing what you love. But of course, this money would have been really helpful. So here's the thing. This is what opened my eyes to the fact that we literally can't have anything we want in our life without being open to receiving it. Because we can have anything, but if we're not willing to have everything, then we will never have it. Okay, we will never ever achieve it. I wanted to have VIP clients. I wanted to impact more lives. I wanted to start this. I wanted to start that. I wanted to do this. I wanted to have this. I couldn't because I wasn't ready, because I hadn't made the decision yet that that was for me. I hadn't made the decision that I was worthy of that I was deserving of it, or that I was even capable, okay? I knew, yeah, I want it, it'd be great, da-da-da, change lives, do this, I can do this and that, but the decision wasn't there. The decision to receive it wasn't there, and this relates to you. Let's say you want to improve your fitness, and you're like, I want to have let's just go for the extreme. I want to have a 6-pack abs, be on stage, rah, rah, rah. Well, if you're not ready to actually achieve that, if you're not ready to actually take the steps necessary to have that, if you're not ready to actually look in the mirror and go, holy shit, I have abs, then you won't get it. You won't get it, because you have to be able to put yourself in the identity of the person who already has it, and if you can't even see it, you will not ever have it, okay? AJ said this once, and I love this. You can't hit a target that you can't see. It's the truth, okay? You have to be able to see it, and you have to be able to create it. And I created something that I hadn't yet seen, and I wasn't able to receive it, so me and Regan started talking. Why can't you receive it? And I realized I had all these beliefs in my head. Success is hard. Success takes hard work. It takes a long time to do this. It shouldn't be that easy. It was easy for me, you guys, and I let it all go. All of it. Why? Because my beliefs were not congruent with what I had created. So while my conscious mind was like, here it is, my subconscious was like, not ready. So reality hit me, and I was like, okay, well, I have to start changing my beliefs, shifting my beliefs so I can start receiving what I want. And so I had to release so much crap. So much, because here's the thing. Throughout our lives, things are being put into our subconscious mind over and over and over again, even when we don't know it. Even when we do not know it. You can be walking down the street and you could hear maybe someone go, oh yeah, it's been really hard for me to lose weight. I've been doing all this stuff, and instantly in your mind you're processing that. It's going through your your visual, auditory, kinesthetic learning processing system, and you're going, oh, let's store this right here with that one experience I had with fitness, and just go on to believe, yeah, it is hard to lose weight. Or maybe you hear someone go like, it's so easy to be fit and healthy and fun, and now your brain's like, okay, so I'm gonna put that here. And you're storing these things, but it's forming different beliefs that you have in your mind. It's similar to how maybe you believe that it's hard to get what you want. It's hard to have a good relationship with someone. It's hard to achieve success. It's hard to live. It's hard to do everything. Everything's so hard. You hear that all the time. I can't even. It's a struggle. Struggle bus. Life's hard. Life's rough. You can't have this. Oh my God, shut up, right? Shut up. That's not serving you. I'm sorry to say it. It's not serving you. The more you keep telling yourself this crap that you didn't even decide for yourself, the more you're going to see it happen, because whatever you're focusing on, you're going to find more of. This happened when I was suffering with depression. This happened when I was suffering with anxiety. P.S. This year, barely had any of that. There were a few times it came up, but I knew the steps to release it, to get into it, to change that, to shift. Just saying, really proud of that. Anyways, so whatever you're focusing on, you're going to find more of. Okay? So focus on what it is that you actually want to find, because the more you're focusing on how hard it's going to be, how much time it's going to take, blah blah blah, it's just going to build up, and you're going to have to eventually release that in order to actually have what you want. Because if you're that person who's like, it takes years, there's no such thing as this, there's no such thing as that, guess what? You will never have it. There's no such thing as a fitness routine that doesn't require diet. Oh, I'm telling you, there is. There isn't any such thing as a fun workout. I'm telling you, there can be. So I'm just being real with you guys to say, like, you know, it's similar to when people are like, there's no such thing as an overnight success. Granted, it does take, obviously, some building, but let me tell you right now, if you always believe that you are never able to receive an overnight success, guess what? You will not. You will not. Basilios, the more you focus on your cereal, the more you eat it and the less is there. Yep, Basilios, that's gonna happen. Thanks for sharing that weird, funny comment. Pat says, the victim mentality and the stories we tell ourselves kill us. Yes, they can. But they don't have to, because this is where the next part comes in. Remember how I wrote my book, Believe Your Way to Badass? That is all about redefining your beliefs. So literally, in order to redefine any belief in our life, we have to first release the old one. Now, while we can't necessarily completely get rid of it, we can make the choice to go, okay, I recognize where this belief came from, and I'm choosing to release it because it no longer serves me, and now I need to move forward in this direction. So when we actually make that decision that we're no longer going to believe that, and we choose to believe something else, then we are very, very capable of being under that belief, that new belief, and actually allowing that to come into our identity and our daily life. So every decision we make falls back on that belief. Does that make sense? Let me know if you guys have questions about that. Thank you, Pat. Rita says, I've had so much junk stuff coming up recently randomly. Rita says, yes, except forgive yourself and release. Yep, exactly. So of course we have to recognize where these beliefs come from. So it's not enough to just go, I get it, like, I used to believe success is hard and I can't have the body that I want, but now I believe that I can. Okay, but in the back of your mind, are you thinking, no, I can't, and you haven't actually fully released them yet? Well, this happens a lot. This happens frequently for people, but it just comes down to going, well, when did I start believing that I couldn't have the body of my dreams, that I couldn't have the body that I wanted? And then maybe you go, oh, well, I know when I was younger, like, I remember I would be eating whatever I wanted, and then so-and-so would come up and they'd, like, squeeze my fat, and then be like, oh, you're always gonna be this way, and now I just believe that I'm always gonna be this way, and I can't achieve the body that I want. Well, now you know where it came from, so now you can go, okay, I recognize that that belief came up to serve me in the sense of protecting me from my own feelings about myself, from protecting me from changing who I am, going through a hard time. But now it's time for me to step up. It's time for me to realize that I can and I am achieving the body of my dreams. I do have the body that I desire. And listen, it comes from a place of being done. If you are always saying, I will this, I will that, I will this, I might this, I could this, I should this, well, it'll never happen. Never. Ever, 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 ever. Because you haven't made the decision that that's the identity you're stepping into right now, okay? Now, let's tell you a little story that happened in May, unfortunately. So, in May, I'm going to bring you guys back down a little bit. In May, Vasilio says, I find deep breathing a great way to reset myself. That helps me refocus on a better self. I get more out of Celeste Rain-Stark's book at that state. Nice, I'm glad. So let's go back to May. So, May, my dog, in May, my dog Oreo, my childhood dog, the first dog I ever liked, because I'm telling you, I was afraid of dogs my whole little young self life, okay, like, I was scared of them, and then my sister always wanted one, and then one day, I walked into the pet store, and I saw Oreo, this little black Cocker Spaniel with floppy ears, right, like that, basically, and I'm just like, I have to have him. And I remember we put him down in the store. He was running around the store. We're like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. Whatever. Okay. We got Oreo. And then the reason I'm sharing that is because unfortunately, I spent the whole entire life that I remember has been with Oreo. Well, in May, it was almost his 14th birthday. And he passed away, unfortunately. We found him in a horrible, horrible way, which I don't even want to share. But, yeah, so, anyway, found Oreo, and it was really, really hard, because this is my childhood dog, and we love him so much. you could tell he was getting to the end of his life. He was starting to smell really bad. He had always had like little tumors and stuff, but they were starting to like be open. He had this like thing on his chest that was like kind of like that, but it was like a scab. And then the night before he died, I had like taken leaves out of it because that's how bad it was, and I was like, oh, poor guy. So I'm gonna skip past all of that, but basically, like, best dog to grow up with ever. So grateful for him, but he did pass away, and I remember when that happened, I was heartbroken, crying, um, just bawling my eyes out. Robbie knows. I like was looking at old pictures. I was just like, oh, so upset, and like I would like think I would hear him or see him, and it was just really difficult. And then I remember having a coaching call with Regan, basically telling her, like what happened. And you know what is interesting is she pointed out something that I like didn't really realize, but I wasn't allowing myself to fully grieve because I was saying like I got to do this and I have to do this, and then I would like find myself bawling at random times because I had never fully allowed myself to just recognize like this happened. Like I had a great dog. He passed away, like, and I never really like honored that. And I remember her saying to me like, you have to honor his life and truly grieve this like period of time. And I was like, wow, you're so right. So I honored Oreo, but allowing myself to actually cry because I wasn't allowing myself to do that much at first. I mean, I did, but I was like trying not to, and then I finally just like allowed myself to. Um, and yeah, I felt like way lighter. So the lesson in that is allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to be a human being, allow yourself to not allow yourself to actually feel. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Allow yourself to feel. Because the more you're holding yourself back from feeling, grieving, loving, appreciating, accepting, then you absolutely will not be able to release that emotion, and the negative emotion will be stored instead. And here's the thing about negative emotions. Negative emotions attach to beliefs. Okay, so beliefs are usually attached to negative emotions, vice versa. And until we release the negative emotion, we cannot move forward. This is so huge. I need to share this with you guys, okay? If you do not release the negative emotion, you will be stuck. Because I feel like I have a hair. I do have a hair on me. If you don't release that negative emotion, you'll be stuck. Why? Because the negative emotion is there, be it fear, guilt, doubt, anger, anxiety, depression. This is only there to protect you. Okay, so it sounds crazy, but it is. Literally, let's say you have these negative emotions, like you're fearful of something. Well, first of all, fear, if we didn't have it, we would all be dead. So, fear's great because if we didn't have it, we'd be jumping off buildings, running into a fire, driving our car off the side of the road like it's no big deal. Like we'd be doing stupid stuff. But fear protects us. But when it doesn't protect us is when we attach it to like a belief. Okay, like maybe this is just a very simple example that I think a lot of people can relate to. You get into a relationship. Person cheats on you, person hurts you, person breaks up with you. Fear. Fear that you are not able to find someone ever again. Fear that every person you're with after that is going to cheat on you. Fear that every person after that is going to hurt you. Fear that you're not good enough. Fear that you won't blah, blah, blah. Fear. Okay, you guys know. Whatever has come up for you in the past around that kind of stuff, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. If you're watching this, you know what I'm talking about. So, fear comes up and attaches itself to this belief now. And if we don't actually learn from the experience, let's say as a child, your parents take something away from you. You're like, this is so sad and terrible, and you're crying, you're throwing a tantrum, and then you form this belief that you can't always keep what's given to you. This happened to me. So I formed a belief like that, but not from that exact example, but that was a belief that I had. Anyway, so then you're forming these beliefs. So until we actually release the negative emotion attached, we cannot move forward because the negative emotion is only there to basically put a wall up, and it's trying to keep our identity from shifting to a better place, okay? Now, sometimes it's like scary for our minds to actually become a better version of ourselves, to actually shift into a better space because we think that it's not going to be easy, that it's not going to serve us, and our minds would rather keep us safe and in this one space like this then allow us to grow and make a breakthrough. Because it's easier to stay here and be sad and be anxious and be da 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 than it is to go, you know what? No, I'm releasing this belief. I recognize where it came from. I'm releasing it. I'm choosing to believe differently. And now I'm able to XYZ, insert growth there. Okay? So, you have to release the negative belief, the negative emotion, because let's say you don't, then it's always going to be there. And until we release the negative emotion, we cannot learn. When we release the negative emotion, we learn. We have to learn something from an experience in order for it to not hold us back anymore. So we have to learn. Let's say we have to learn that, let's think of an example that I've been through. I think I might have written one down. Okay, well, we have to learn that, like, let's say, for example, like, I was beating myself up at one point because I couldn't wake up at 5 a.m. Ridiculous. So I was beating myself up for it. I was really upset with myself, and I was attaching all this sadness and anxiety around it, and I was like, felt guilty about it. I'm like putting my message on the line, my success on the line, rah, 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 and I was so negative about it. And then I released the negativity when I realized, you know what? I'm going to change my beliefs around this. I learned my lesson about it, and then I was able to move forward. But we have to learn lessons from whatever we go through in order to move forward. Okay, if we do not learn the lesson, we cannot move forward. I cannot stress that enough. Because the lesson is what's going to release that negative emotion. The lesson is going to release the fear, the doubt, the anxiety, whatever's built up around that. And it's going to allow you to breathe and move forward. Okay? So, hope that was helpful. Let me know what you guys are thinking. I'm loving all these comments. Thank you so much. Give me some love hearts if this is making sense, if this is opening your eyes, if this is kind of new, if this is kind of cool. If you're loving this, give me a love heart. Let me know. I can just breathe for a little. If you don't release it, behind a wall, learn the lesson. Let me see if I can read this more. Learn the lesson if we do move forward. Okay, yes, so regarding identity, if we don't actually release that negative emotion, then we're going to be stuck in it. Okay, so like let's say you have this belief, right, that you are unable to achieve the body that you desire. And that is your belief and that is your identity, okay? So, because this is your identity, you will not be able to actually be of the identity that you are having the body that you desire, that you do have the body that you desire. So you're always stuck here. But when we can release the belief that we can't have the body we desire, so we release that, now there's space for us to step into this new identity, because in between this identity and that identity are beliefs, new beliefs that we have to form in order to get there. Thank you, Jasmine. I'm glad you're loving this. I hope that was helpful, and tell me if that was helpful, because basically what I'm saying is we all have this next level identity that we want to achieve. Okay, so like let's say you want to be more fit, healthier, happier, and have abundance in all areas of your life. Okay, well, if right now you're of the impression that you're not that way, that you can't have all those things, and then maybe there are past experiences that have happened, maybe there are behaviors in your life that don't serve that identity. Maybe there are things actually holding back. Not maybe, there are, because if there was nothing holding us back, then we would already have what we actually want. Like, that's 100% the truth, because obviously if there was nothing if we weren't resisting anything, then we'd already be there. We'd have everything that we want. So we always have stuff to release in order to move forward and step into that. Good, I'm glad it was helpful. Okay, so Vasilia says, I'm thinking, what lesson was that got you out of bed that early? Well, here's the thing. I was getting out of bed early just fine, like straight up, had no issues with it. And then suddenly I found myself, because I always had all that energy and excitement, and I was really stoked, I found myself, I would stay up really, really late working, because I love working at night. I get really fired up working into the late hours. I tend to have ideas and stuff. That doesn't bother me. I've always been a night owl. But here's the thing. Then I'd wake up early, and I'd be like this, doing my mindset work, and I'd like hate myself for it. And I'd be so pissed. I'd be like, I can't freaking focus on what I need to focus on. Like, mindset work is so important. This is my daily routine. This is what's getting me, right? And then I remember I had a call with my friend Tara, who we were in this course with Regan, basically, where she was teaching us how to be mindset coaches, like on a higher level. And oh my god, that's where I learned the majority of this stuff. But anyway, so took a course on taking courses, whatever. So I took this course with Tara. She was my accountability partner. We had a call every day, and I shared this with her. She's like, girl, you can't be beating yourself up for it. Same thing Regan said, right? Can't be beating yourself up for it. And she allowed me to realize, like, what if I just formed new beliefs around me falling asleep during my mindset work? So that's where I started first. I was like, I believe that I always sleep at the right time, that everything I do serves me. I believe that this is serving me and that's serving me, and I believe that if I force myself not, like, I was just going off on my beliefs around sleep in general, okay? This is what you have to do. If you start getting worked up, you gotta form new beliefs every single time. So, value. What did I believe in order to actually get out of that state? I just chose to believe that I always wake up at the proper time that I want to, that serves me. I believe that I get enough sleep, that I allow myself to get enough sleep. I listen to my body. And now, if I don't wake up at 5 a.m., I don't beat myself up for it. I do not beat myself up for it. I'm not like, I can't believe you didn't do that. You're ruining your success. You're ruining your life. Now you can't serve others at a higher level, blah, blah, blah. Instead, I formed the belief that because I allowed myself to sleep in, I didn't beat myself up for it. So basically, because I slept, I am now able to serve the world at a higher level. Does that make sense? Dawn says, I'm fit, healthy, and living in abundance, and baking birthday cake, gluten, and dairy-free almond and date. Oh, I love it. Oh, let's see. Robbie says, you and your sleeping. So, Robbie knows, because I fall asleep all the time. I could literally fall asleep. Like, if I was on this live stream and I closed my eyes for like 5 minutes, guarantee the rest of this live stream I'd be asleep. No joke. Like, I fell asleep last night for the last 15 minutes of my 19th year of life. Yep, it happens all the time. I can take a 5-minute nap and it feels like hours. No joke. I can fall asleep in 5 seconds. Just strange, but it's because I need it. If I'm awake, I'm working, and I'm working hard. Working hard in a fun way, like heartful hustle. Gotta love heartful hustle. Okay, that is so true. Beating yourself up for screwing up, scientifically proven to cause more screw-ups. Yep, what you focus on, you find. Okay, let's jump into more. So let's talk about relationships, just because it's fun. Everybody loves love. Well, most people do. If you don't, we gotta release some stuff, right? But anyway, so like, me and Robbie Robbins, who's below right there, we got into a relationship March 12th of 2015. Yeah, 2015. 2015? 2016? 2017. Yeah, 2015. Oops. Anyway, so, best thing ever. Like we talked about earlier, hashtag jacuzzi decisions. I think it was AJ or Pat who said that. Hashtag jacuzzi decisions. We were in the gym. We met in the gym. He commented on an Instagram post. Long story short, he was like, something hurts. And I said, you should come over to my jacuzzi. So he did. He goes, okay, yeah. And I said, tomorrow. And he's like, okay. So he came over. From that moment on, we've been inseparable. No joke. Right, Robbie? Right? He would say, yeah. He'll comment, I'm sure. It's just a little bit of a lag. But yeah, so here's the thing, though. I had come from relationships of lots of cheating, lots of lying, verbal abuse, just a lot of crap. Not good. Not good at all. But I didn't allow that to stop me, because I knew that there was something better out there for me, of course, and you can believe that too. Now, was I ever scared, or was I getting jealous a lot? Yeah, I was, but I had to release it. Robbie says it's true, so it's true. But anyway, yeah, so me and Robbie have had a lot of ups and downs, but a lot of ups more than downs. But every single down we've had have led us to higher ups. Every single thing that we've been through together has led us to a better relationship. 110%, no doubt about it. We rarely ever fight, like rarely, and we've been the best we've ever been. Like now and then every single day it seems like it gets better. And this is because we both made the decision to always be honest, open, and pretty much vulnerable. And I remember I was holding myself back from sharing how I felt for a long time. So this is where the lesson is, okay? In past relationships, I couldn't share how I was feeling about the way that I was being treated. Why? Because I just told myself I couldn't. And so I just believed that that's how I deserved to be treated. And then I remember I met Robbie. And keep in mind, guys, I had a lot of self-love developed at this point. Lots of confidence developed at this point. Just so much greatness inside of me, which then, like I say, the more love you have within, the more love you can radiate out into the world, and in return, the more love you'll receive. Vasilia says, amazing love story. Looking forward to the movie. Me too. No, but we are starting, well, I'm starting a vlog. Robbie got me a GoPro. He'll be in it, of course. So, be on the lookout. You guys are the first to know. Celeste Reigns Turk, Celestial Fit International TV is coming out very soon. Very, very, very soon. Just figured out my hard drive, so now I can actually do it. But anyway, here's the lesson that I was trying to get at. When you share how you feel, you share what you want, you share your intentions, you're likely to actually get them. So I was honest with Robbie from the very get-go. On our first, or I think it was our first night we hung out, I said to him, I wouldn't be hanging out with you if I wasn't interested. But I've always been very honest. So I was like, this is what I want, whatever. And it was just very cash. I didn't know if he was into me. He didn't know if I was into him. I just told him, what my intentions were, right? And then, of course, they ended up being together. Long story short, throughout the relationship, just about sharing how you feel. I remember some points I was doing things he didn't like, he was doing things I didn't like, but we shared it with each other, and we changed. Not because we need to change who we are, but because when you're in a relationship, it's two people. There are two people involved. This is for business, this is for life, this is for friendships. 2, 3, 4, there's multiple people involved, and you have to be able to support those people and how they feel, and people receive love in different ways, and if you don't recognize how they receive love, then it can be very difficult for them to feel love. Does this make sense? Because some people receive love through you guys can just look up the love languages, but basically that's not my story, that's someone else's. Just go into that. Hi Debbie, welcome. So that's my lesson on relationships. I've created the best relationship ever with Robbie, of course, and yeah, it's cool when you find your person, your soulmate. You have to really do everything in your power to make sure that you have them by your side always, and that you support them and that they support you. Do not be afraid to share what you want. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want, because you most likely, if you want it, you deserve it, okay? So be sure that you're honest with what you want. I remember I was like, I want to have more of this, and I want to have more of that, and I want to be doing this more. And it's like, if you don't ask, you won't receive, right? If you never ask, you never know. Or if you never ask, the answer is always no, okay? So be honest with your feelings. Be honest with what you want in anything in life. But that was a great way to share it. Okay, now let's see. What's next? Oh, lots of things happen. I could go on, but I mean, I've been balancing schoolwork, more than 3 jobs basically, and a business, relationships, stuff like that. Balance is just a matter of making things a priority. Like I said earlier, heartful hustle, making sure that everything you're doing is in alignment with your big vision, okay? So what it is that you want to achieve. How do you know what your big vision is if you don't actually ask yourself, what do I want to achieve? Where do I see myself being? What is my big vision? As soon as you know what your big vision is, your big goal is, let's say it's just get more fit, right? If you know what your big vision goal is, then you have to ask yourself, what can I do right now today in order to get myself there? So that's a really, really fast, easy way that you can start doing that right now to get yourself further in your journey, to get yourself higher in your journey, and to get yourself closer to that end result that you're looking for. And there is no end result, right? It always gets bigger. It seems to get bigger. Is this making sense, you guys? Can you guys comment below if you have any questions so far, so we could keep rolling with this? Because where am I at? How much time? Oh my god, it's been 52 minutes. We're almost done. I'm about to wrap it up, but I hope that it's been helpful so far. So, year in review. Speaking engagement, which led to, well, first of all, it was being invited to a speaking engagement, almost not being able to go to the speaking engagement, being able to go to the speaking engagement, meeting my mindset mentor, Regan, changed my life, right? Podcast interviews like crazy, out of the wazoo, I was like, what? Being featured on lots of things, blogs, articles, podcasts, like I said, TV, like Regan's TV show stuff, all of that. These are things that were happening. This was my life now. Going to Hollywood parties, VIP events, launching my membership site, having new VIP clients, tons of them, soulmate level clients. There's a lot of them on this live stream right now. Jasmine, Dawn, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Amity, I don't see everybody's name on here, but there's tons of you, so I love you all. Getting some seriously soulmate clients. Wazoo, I don't know what a wazoo is. That's just where it came from. Writing my book. So I wrote 2 books, right? Debbie, I mentioned that earlier. I met my mentor at the event that AJ put on that I spoke at. So I wrote 1 book, which was Building More Than Just a Body, the 7-step system to aligning inner work with physical results. That's free. It's on my website, celestial.fit. Then after that, I wrote my best-selling book, Believe Your Way to Badass. Yes, all that in 9 months. Like, crazy. Not, like, from April to now, basically. Yeah, writing my book, Believe Your Way to Badass. What else? Oh, doing another speaking engagement, the Ultimate Stage Experience, doing a book signing, doing a book signing, what else? Video production stuff through that. Thank you, Pat. I know, I feel like a whole new me. Like, guys, Pat and AJ know it 110%. Robbie knows it 1,000. Oh my god, Robbie, AJ, and Pat have known me from the very get-go. And they can tell you I am like a completely different person. I am a changed woman, but I'm still the same me, if that makes sense. I'm just like that next level identity, right? We're always shifting, we're always growing if we allow ourselves to, if we choose that for ourselves, and if we put ourselves in the position to. Now, let's see, what else? Yeah, so, I mean, all that cool stuff happened, like, best relationship ever, I could literally go on. I'll probably get off this live stream and be like, oh, and that happened, oh, and this happened, but these are some really core things. But the main things that I want you guys to take away from this is, 1, fitness is about building more than just a body. I was able to release 10 pounds in a month, pretty much, after being stagnant for so long after my bikini competition. I couldn't lose weight for months. Robbie could tell you, like, it was hard for me. I remember being kind of upset, like, I was like, oh my god, I'm still here, and I'm doing all this, I'm doing all that, and then, oh, I'm falling off this, and I'm doing this, and it was great. But you know what's interesting is, the one thing that always kept me going is I always focused on my mindset. I always focused on my self-love. I gave myself what I wanted, and I recognized how I was feeling so that I could feel A, better, or B, expand on that feeling, okay? Because I always looked within, I was always able to create a powerful outer world. Everything that I created came from a decision that I was going to grow, a decision that I'm going to impact more people, a decision that this is literally my time right now. And remember, I went through a lot of crap too. Missed out on some things, lost some people, gained some people. I lost like a lot of friends, cut a lot of people off basically. Gained a lot of new connections, surrounded myself with cool people. I mean, I was hanging out with, like, Matt Maddox, Caleb Maddox, Regan Hillier, who else? Like, Dave Brown, I could go on. The list, obviously, AJ Pat, I've already mentioned you guys, but, like, the amount of amazing people that I met has been insane. People who are seriously changing lives. Alexa, like, I don't even know, I could go on and on. Jason, like, seriously, like, there's so many. Taki, more. I mean, there's just crazy stuff, right? So, met a lot of amazing people. Yeah, Kat, obviously, Kat, freaking me, Kat, and AJ, like, killed a live stream. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. But I'm done ranting about my year. It's been amazing. I just want you guys to have the takeaways that I did. Every single day, you need to wake up, set an intention for your day, ask yourself who it is you want to become, and then ask yourself what you can do right now in this very moment to do that. Now, I promised something really cool, but before I get into it, please tell me what you've loved the most about this live stream. What is your main takeaway? Because I want to know your main takeaway, because then I can A, expand on it, or B, share it with someone else. So, what's been your main takeaway? What has been your main takeaway? Basilio says, I knew there was another rant. There's always a rant. But a good rant. They're all good. They all have a lesson. So give me some loves, or tell me what was your main takeaway. I'm going to give you guys some time to comment while I groom myself. Main takeaways. Let's see, are there any more comments? Basilio says, seeing you and others write books encourages me to write a book. I'm not feeling to write it now. I have another vision now, but I will. Debbie says her main takeaway was decide to make a change and the teachers will come. Absolutely. The teacher arrives when the student is ready. This happened to me every time. I became a certified personal trainer. AJ showed up on LinkedIn randomly. I never go on LinkedIn. I just randomly was, and AJ was there. Then, go to this event. No expectations at all to meet Regan. Meet Regan. She becomes my mentor. I didn't even know I needed a mindset mentor, but something she said, it hit me. I had to have it, right? I needed to be there. Jasmine says, what you focus on, you find. Well, it was a reminder. Absolutely. What you focus on, you find. Every single time. Huge. Rita says, I love the reinforcement of releasing blocks and fear of faulty thoughts. Absolutely. Every negative emotion has to be released in order to move forward. The negative emotion is what's holding us back. And if we are not where we want to be, it is because there is some resistance there that has to be released. Because if we didn't have resistance, we'd be exactly where we wanted to be. So we have to, of course, release it. Basilia says his main takeaway was how your mindset and actions helped you wake up at 5 a.m. or not wake up, right? Beverly says, stop saying I will, start saying I am, 100%. Kaylee says, letting go of things that have happened to hold you back changes your life. Yes, it does change mine, 100%. Beverly says, you can't hit a target you can't see. No, you cannot. Thank God, that is true. Dave says, open to receiving rewards of your labor, believing that you deserve abundance. Yes. Yes, no matter what it is, if you're working out, if you're eating healthy, if you're focusing on your mindset, if you're focusing on self-love, if you're focusing on your business, if you're focusing on a relationship, anything that you're focusing on, you will find that if you actually believe you are capable, worthy, and deserving of receiving it, then you will. Because I will tell you now, every single day I write in my journal, I am capable, worthy, and deserving of receiving massive amounts of abundance in all areas of my life and being known worldwide because of the difference I'm making in my message of building more than just a body. This is every day, okay? Dawn says, being kind to yourself when you don't do what you want to be due to unforeseen circumstances, letting go of the guilt. Yep. Lynn says, love that. I'll do it. Cool. Well, it seems like we got a lot done. We got a lot taken care of. Now, I said that I had major surprises, so give me some love hearts if you want to hear what the surprise is, because I think birthdays are about giving just as much as they are about receiving. So I want to give, and I want to give back today. So I put together something really cool. If you want to see it, give me some love hearts, and I will show it to you right now. But, of course, I have to have love hearts, so I know you guys actually want it. Or you can even comment. Let's see. Jasmine's back on. What's up? Okay. Well, I'm going to assume there's a bit of a lag. But anyway, I'm just going to share it because I'm excited about it, and I know you guys will be as soon as you see it. But this is something that I said that I really am surprising you guys with because it's something that I surprised myself with, and I was like, why am I doing this? Okay, I just got some love. Sweet, thank you. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, my membership site, Building More Than Just a Body, is freaking amazing. If I do say so myself. But no, I'm just joking around. I'm going to be serious now. But I created it because, yes, Vasilios, thank you. I wasn't seeing the love hearts. They haven't come through on my page, so I'm just assuming here. But anyway, so I'm going to get really serious with you guys. I created the Building More Than Just a Body VIP membership site because I wanted there to be a place for anybody to go and literally have all the information they need to do exactly Building More Than Just a Body. Exactly that. So it covers everything from self-love, confidence building, mindset, behavior change, modification planning, well-being, and all the 7 dimensions of wellness, as I mentioned earlier. And, of course, actual training plans and nutrition plans to go along with that. Because, of course, you do have to take action in all areas of your life. So, the Building More Than Just a Body membership site is a place for people who are serious about doing more than just diet and exercise. People who are serious about having wholeness on every single level. People who are serious about feeling good in their own skin, feeling like their body represents who they are, but also loving who they are. People who want to grow and develop in all areas of their life. And, of course, people who seriously support and believe in the message of building more than just a body. Why do I want people in there who support and believe it? Because, of course, you have to believe in what you do in order to reap the rewards. And for those of you who are in it, you know for a fact that it's awesome and that it's been something that I add content to this site every single week and every single month. So The reason I do that is because it's subscription based. So every week and every month there's something new. Be it a new training video, not training as in working out, but training as in mindset, self-love, confidence, success, long-term success. Things on nutrition, maybe like how to pick your supplements, how to avoid, not how to avoid, but how to deal with situational eating or overcome it. Things like well-being, all the dimensions of it, I cover them. That's like a whole segment, it's a section in it. What wellness is. So everything is in there that you need in order to truly start achieving that growth and building more than just a body. So why am I bringing this up? Basilio says there's lots of love hearts. Thank you. Thank you all. So why am I bringing this up? Because I've had lots of people come to me about this membership site, and I wanted to create an opportunity for those of you who are serious. So since I can't see love hearts, feel free to comment yes if you want to hear what I'm about to share, because this is going to be something absolutely crazy that I've never done before. And I was like, I just got this similar to, I wasn't in a jacuzzi. Oh my god, I was in a jacuzzi when I made this decision. I was at Regan's house in her jacuzzi, guys. This is another jacuzzi decision. That means it's gonna be amazing. Okay, so, can you hear me? Can you see me? It says my connection is weak. So, here's the thing. I am launching, not even launching, but I am offering my membership site for $9.70 for a week, because here's what I want to do. I want to be able to serve more people, and I want you to be able to know what it's like first, because I've been there where you're kind of like, I wish I could just try it before I fully commit, but I really want you guys to get in on this. So for $9.70, so for $9.70, you can have access to my membership site for a week. And I'm not talking a drip-fed membership site where you're going to see like 7 videos and that's it and call it a day. I'm talking, you guys, for $9.70 for a week, you will receive everything in the membership site. All access to the membership site. Can you guys still hear me and see me? Give me some love. So, literally, I'm talking, yeah, Dawn says she's loving the stuff she's seen so far. Thank you. So I'm talking all access to every single module, access to all the 4 months of training plans that I've created that are already in there because it's been there for 4 months. I'm talking all access to the nutrition programming. Everything that's in the site, you can see everything in there for $9.70 for the week. For a week. So you're literally just trying it for a week. Now, there is a policy, of course, because this is for people who are serious, but I want to give you guys the opportunity to, of course, be able to actually try it out and see what it looks like, see what it's like, get the feel for it. What is she actually doing in there? Because I'm serious about this. This is something I'm passionate about for you guys. Debbie, can you hear me? I'm sorry you're having problems. Maybe watch the replay. But anyway, yeah, Jasmine, she thinks she can afford it. I think everybody can afford it. It's like $9.70. That's easy. And it's for a week. So if you go in and you go all in, you commit to everything that's in there, you just get a taste for it. Now, you would probably be a little overwhelmed if you tried to do everything in that week, but just give yourself the opportunity and create that space for you to really go all in with this and really just commit to taking full advantage of this opportunity. This is all access to my membership site. So you get to see the ins and the outs. You get to see every training. You can download anything you want. You can watch anything you want. You can ask questions. I'm going to put you in the Facebook group because, like I said, there's always a bonus because I love you guys. And bonuses for $9.70 a week, free access to my Facebook group, free access to ask me anything you want within that Facebook group. And of course, Dawn says 3 cappuccinos. That's how much it would cost. Yeah, exactly. No, but seriously, guys, bonuses out the wazoo, because that was the word we used earlier and it was really funny. But anyway, so like I said, free access to my membership site, access to everything for a week. But of course, after that, if you decide to continue, then you will be automatically subscribed. If you don't, you can cancel. It's not that big of a deal. I have no cancellation fees. I have no join fees. Everything is just free reign. Because I want to be able, like I said, when you have a message, you have to share it. And I have a message, and like I said, birthdays, some questionable behavior. People are gonna be like, why the hell are you doing this for $9.70? You're giving everything. Guys, I charge, so the offer membership site access, all access, so you get to see everything for $9.70, plus access to my VIP Facebook group, where it's a bonus accountability and support group where you're going to be able to connect with other people building more than just a body or believing their way to badass. And you will be able to ask me anything in that group. So full support from me the whole entire time. Now, this has an exercise video library, so you'll never have to wonder if you're doing something right because I'm explaining it to you the whole entire time. Full exercise programs, and for any goal. So let's say you're somebody who wants to burn fat, let's say you're somebody who wants to gain muscle, let's say you're somebody who wants to do both. I explain it all there. Let's say you're someone who wants to maintain. It's all in the site. So you don't have to feel like it's some cookie cutter ass program that's just for someone who's like this, like me. It's not my programs that I'm putting there. I'm literally giving you everything that I know into this site, and I want you guys to have access to it. Jasmine says it sounds amazing. It is amazing. Don Bates says, building more than just a body, it's a no-brainer. It is a no-brainer. $9.70. You can join today for the whole week. Access to everything. Download whatever you want. Have free reign. I don't care. It's yours because I love you guys. So if you are interested in this, I am going to put the comment below so you guys can click on it right now. Do you guys see that? It says https:// Celeste Reigns ClickFunnels.com Celeste special birthday offer. So you guys have access to it right now. I have not decided if I want to give the public access to it, but you guys are the first to know, and you're the first to have access to it. I am doing this for unlimited amounts of people, but a limited amount of time. Okay, so anybody can get in on this offer right now. If you have friends who you think would like it, if you have family members that you want to gift this to, feel free to. Normally my membership site is $97 a month. Well, normally it's $197, but for you guys it's always $97 because I love you guys, tribe. But it's normally $970 for the year, okay? So that gives you 2 months free, so if that's something you wanted to do in the future, that's fine, we could talk about it. But $97 a month, normally I'm giving you access to it for $970 this week. So try it out. Let me know what you think about it. If you want to continue, it'll automatically do that for you. If you don't, no worries, no hard feelings. I get it. You can take what you want right now and leave. Get out of town. It's fine. I'm giving this to you, but I would love for those of you who are serious about committing to yourself, serious about taking it to that next level, serious about your mindset, your self-love, your confidence, your well-being, your fitness, your health, your nutrition, all of it, building more than just a body. Get on this. $970 for the week. All access. Who's excited about this? Give me some love hearts, although I probably won't be able to see them for whatever reason. Click that comment that I just put and you will be able to see everything. It's going to take you to my site where I show you exactly what's included. Excuse me. And then you're going to click join and you're going to see Celeste's birthday offer. So that's special for that link only. So it's only on that link, okay? Beverly, you don't see the link, I'll put it in there, okay? It's literally, it's there, but I will put it in the comments again. I'll tag you in it. So, have fun, you guys. I'm really excited. I hope you guys are excited as I am because this is something that I've never offered before. This is literally something I want to be able to give to you guys. I appreciate that I got to spend a lot of my birthday with you. A lot of people are saying they can't see the comment. I'm putting it in right now. So I will love you and leave you. Thank you guys so much for an amazing, amazing time. Thank you for letting me be vulnerable with you. Most of all, thank you for giving to yourself. Thank you for taking me up on this opportunity. And thank yourself for doing this for you. All right, so wherever you are in the world right now, make it an awesome time. Bye.